Good morning, folks. It is August 14th, 2022, about 10 a.m. Hope our creators keep you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button, share this across other platforms so we can let people know what's going on out in our solar system. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell if you're new, in case we have any critical future updates. Now, right now we're starting off at spaceweatherlive.com. I typically wouldn't be coming on here for just a C flare. We had a C 5.3. It's really not that big of a deal. However, she got a fat butt. And from noticing that she got a fat butt and then turns around and spikes up. Yeah, because look at this. The peak over here was only a C2, right? Not that big a deal, but she got a fat butt and then she peaked up. So let's go take a look, shall we? Taking a look over here at Go 16 SUVI. Let's take a little sneaky peeky, shall we? And we've got incoming, folks. Oh yeah, look at that. Right here. Whoosh, look at all that. Woo, that's a good chunk of plasma for only a C flare. I mean, you had a ribbon. If you notice, we'll let her back up. You can clearly see the ribbon here. But a lot of it comes off of it from down here. So that's a lot of plasma coming off. And yes, that is coming in our general direction. Now, remember, we rotate this way. So odds are, yeah, we could definitely get into that. Pretty gnarly, huh? Incoming. We're going to get some of that. You can see it kind of goes off this way down, but you can also see a little shadow coming directly in our line right here. So yeah, I have a feeling we're going to get a little touch of that. It's not super major, but it looks pretty dense in some spots. So I tell you what, why don't we actually come on over here to SDO and we're going to take a look at some stuff over here on SDO. Before we do that, I did want to remind everybody right here that we're looking at 195 angstroms of light. This one over here was the 304 that we were just looking at. And we can clearly see the eruption here, but let's not forget about these coronal holes. So we got these solar winds. Okay, so this is going to be, some of that's going to wind up getting caught in some of the solar winds. So it's looking pretty gnarly here, isn't it? It almost looks like a weird marble of some sort, don't it? I mean, I've never seen one go in a V like that. That's that big. Now I have seen a big corner of the sun, like where it was a big chunk like this. The whole southern pole region looked like a big old. I mean, the whole thing was nothing but one large coronal hole right on the around the south pole of the sun. And I've seen some around the north pole. The north pole, we do typically get some there too. But yeah, this is interesting. Now we came on over here to iswa.gsfc.nasa.gov. No, NASA does not own the satellites. Just making sure that that's clear, because I know some people get a little bent out of shape about that. Anyways, so here we're looking at the 304. And we're actually watching another eruption that we had right here earlier this morning. See that little burp of an eruption? That one should miss us. There's not a whole lot coming off of that. But the one right up here, let's take a watch up here, right here. In fact, let's zoom in just a little bit more. Yep, it's going to mess with me. I knew it was going to do that. All right. Whoa, did you guys see that? Back that booty up, girl. Ooh. Nice. That was really bright. Hopefully everybody else saw that. Now let's watch for that eruption. There it is. Now we can see as it's coming off. Let's actually zoom right in on it. Let's look at the whole majestic beauty of it. Yeah, that's a good amount. And it looks like there's like a solar canyon opening up, just a really decent eruption. Oh yeah. Alright, now let's back out a little bit so we can see a little more of it. There we go. Yeah, that's a decent amount of plasma, folks. That's pretty dense. I mean, when you got that black shadow. Now, remember when I was telling you guys about Betelgeuse the other day? With Betelgeuse, imagine this. Imagine a coronal mass ejection. And that's the thing with Betelgeuse. It was dimming because the eruption that was on it was so big that it dimmed Betelgeuse by 20%. Okay, do you understand that? So imagine this being so big that you can see this from millions of miles away from where we're at, and you could see that the whole daggum star dimmed. And this is something they've been watching for quite a while. They didn't know what it was. In fact, I kind of paid attention to it, and I was like, oh, that's weird. What's getting in between? Thinking maybe it was a rogue star with a bunch of dust, you know, around this rogue star or something like that, or maybe it had a second sun and there was a whole bunch of dust or something. You know, it's like, that's interesting. But no, it was a surface mass ejection, where basically not the corona, but the surface of that star just blew out a big old freaking chunk, basically gold and other materials, and it dimmed the star. It was so flippin' big. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, that paper that I told you guys about on Betelgeuse, where I told you from spaceweatherlive.com, guess what? In that paper, they're literally saying that we're between 70 and 80% chances of having an X flare like X100 in the next 50 years. And more than likely sooner. Because we're actually past the mark. So yippee-ki-yay to that. I'm going to take a quick look at LASCO C3 and LASCO C2. I'm going to start off over here on LASCO C3. And what did we have there? Let's back it up. There's all kinds of little activity from that, a bunch of little friends. Let's move forward. Got a board cube there. Bend in the light. We've definitely got a signature trail here. You can see the propulsions, the boom, boom, boom. In fact, let me zoom in here for you. There you go. You can see the propulsion, the boom, 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 boom from the pulse engine. Alright, let's see what else we got. Oh, there's a little friend right here, and there's a little fla-la-la. It looks like he's sideways. Whoa, what the fragnog? Look at that. One there, one there, one there. Looks like you got one over here too, and this could be one, but I'm not so sure. But this is interesting, to say the least. Goodness gracious, what is that? Oh, look, you got another one up here. Got another one right here. Now this is LASCO C3, this is LASCO C2. The blue is LASCO C3, red is LASCO C2. And, oh, another signature trail. I'm not really seeing a whole lot else out there. I mean, there is some. Oh, there's another one right here. You can see him here, and you can see his propulsion. So he must have just put it in high gear. And we can see our eruption, actually. We saw that little eruption out the bottom side. If you look down here, you see a little bit of an eruption there. See that? But we also have a huge time gap. Look at this. From 154 to 506. So we're missing 3 hours of data. Why you keep deleting it, NASA? I don't like you guys doing that crap, you frickin' pricks. Oh, and okay, we'll start over here on the 11th. Obviously, we got a craft there, but we've also got a board cube just kind of suspended. Here we go. Yeah, before he had a chance to start bending the light and projecting it, we've got him right here. Look at that. Board cube. How you doing, little guy? Well, they're not little, but they look little to me over here. We've got quite a few different crafts. In fact, oh, there he is. There's one here, and there's his trail behind him. Clearly see that. Now again, he's going away from the sun. Away from the sun. Folks, if this is not a meteor, it's not anything else. Think about this. It's going away from the sun, and there's a trail behind it. The sun is the strongest magnet in our solar system. Okay? If there's anything of any kind of metallic object, whatever, whether it be a meteor, an asteroid, comet, whatever, the sun will pull it to it, and it will absorb it. It's not going to just zoop, see you later, and get away, unless it has some form of a propulsion, right? So everybody knows that. Everybody knows the sun is a magnet. It's not a joke thing. It's electromagnet, magnoelectric actually. Now we've got quite a few little ones out here and there, but they're kind of hard to zoom in on. I'm looking for some better ones. Oh, like this guy right here. There we go. Right there. Head, tail, and wings. He's got a little trail out behind him, but quite obvious. Got all kinds of, all kinds of them. Here's another signature trail right here. Got a couple more. This little guy's nothing major. Now, I kind of wanted to, what in the world is this up here? Some kind of cluster going on. Now, I did want to actually get to a point where we could get up to my stereo heads. I do have some stereo heads. There's another one up top there. But we also want to look for our eruption. And that should be coming up here. So we're just going to zoom on ahead. See the eruption there? Okay, so now here's the thing, folks. The eruption, okay, I'm going to come over here, is up here. Okay, it's right here in this area. And yet we're seeing it on the bottom side here. Okay, so what that tells me is that with that sunspot being right about here, and we're seeing it blow out here, you got to draw a line right across here, okay? Because we're seeing it come out here, so you got to draw a line. So anything in this general facade or area, which would be us, we're going to get some of it. Now, how much of it we're going to get, I don't know. But once again, we got a big old jump in time from 1:48 to 5 o'clock. So we got a big old jump of, what, 4 hours and 12 minutes. Why do they keep doing that? Well, you guys can guess. Now, we're going to scroll up here real quick, and this is where the beauty starts. Check this out. So we're looking at stereo ahead, corner graph 2, running difference, space weather beacon, and science data. So, and they're all showing the same thing. Check this out. So you got 1653.30, 1653.30 on 8/9. But they appear different on these two. This one is more refined. It's got higher pixels, so we can actually see what's going on. This one is not as pixelated as this. I'm sure you guys can notice the difference here. Okay, that's why we don't see the space station on either one of these, because of the pixelations. Does that make sense? So here, and honestly, this might be the first time I've ever had them sync up like this. Now this one's 53 and this one's only literally 1 second off. So that's the only reason this even happened. Because most of the time these two are the same time frame, but this one would be completely different time than these two. It's never in the same time frame like that, where we can see it. And so that's actually a really good find. Now I also wanted to take a look at our eruption. So that I have those pulled up just for that one reason. Let's get to our eruption, and this actually looks a little funky here, folks. Oh, what was that? Let's get back over. Whoa, there's some more guys there. How you doing, bud? Look at this. Holy cow, just gleaming across the streaking across. Now let's watch for our eruption. Now we see our eruption here. That was from last night, it looks like, but then today, oh, wait a minute. Are we jumping time again? Yep, jumping time. 13 from yesterday at 20 to this morning at 1:38. Then we've got our eruption. Look at this. What? Another 7 hours of missing data? Goodness gracious. But guess what? Look at this. Oh, gosh dang it. This is really going to annoy me every time I touch this screen. What is this? What is this large round object? I don't know. You tell me. But it's got a glare over here, so there's something here. And of course, we don't have enough data to go for it, but either way, it's wonderful to see. So keep your eyes open, no fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. So look out.